Hello and welcome to the start of a brand new series, guys. As I said in my problems video, I'm having troubles with my computers, have not been able to get it fixed yet, so I'm really diving into this Minecraft thing. To that end, I created a new server. Now, there's not a lot of people playing on this server. It's going to be mostly like my wife and some of my very close friends who are going to be playing on the server with me here. Hopefully we'll get some good builds going, have a lot of fun. This is one of the few games that I can still play because Minecraft has almost no impact from the GPU, so my graphics card being out doesn't really affect my ability to play it. So, what are we playing here? Well, it's not a mod pack that you will recognize because it is not a mod pack that has been made by anyone else. I made this mod pack. I put together several of the mods that I was trying to enjoy in the Hermitcraft series, along with a few others of my choosing. I did sort of use Hermitcraft as the base, so it's got a lot of the same kind of things in it. But I also added in a few other mods and removed a whole bunch of mods that I didn't feel like I wanted to use at all anymore. And then made this custom pack. So I hopefully will list the mod list down in the description so that way you guys can see what it is that we're going to be playing with this season. It's really harsh. The world environment is pretty terrible actually as far as surviving. I threw in like a whole bunch of mods that give you stuff to explore in the world, like battle towers and ruins and roguelike dungeons. Several things exist within the world now, but I also added in several monster mods. I added in infernal mobs, which if you don't know what that one is, it adds some Diablo style monster effects that can randomly enchant monsters. Suddenly you'll just be attacked by one that's way more powerful than its fellows, so that adds sort of a random chance to how we're going to survive in the world. And then also I added in let's see, Lycanites mobs, so there's a lot more things for us to fight at a greater sort of difficulty, because several of the mobs from that are quite a bit more powerful than your standard skeletons and zombies, as well as spawn in unusual conditions. I've already died, I would say maybe 15 times on the server, and I just started playing it about 4 hours ago, which is kind of crazy. But anyways, great intro to the series. I'm already trying to get a leg up on the world, and the world is definitely fighting back. So anyways, guys, I'm going to try to make some progress on getting more than your basic house setup going, and as soon as I have something good to report, then we'll throw some stuff together here. I'll see you guys in a little bit. So, figured I should show you that one of the mods that we added to the thing here is the Milliner Mod. It's sort of like a village expansion mod. It gives you a whole bunch more options in regard to the villages that are around you. They'll spawn with nationalities. I believe that this is a Mayan one that we spawned next to. We're pretty close to spawn here, but this came up, and it's very interesting. If you've never played with it before, you really should give it a shot, because it's a pretty fun mod. It gives you a whole bunch of quests within the village that you can do to sort of give you, how do I even say, like, faction points? Like, the villagers will start to like you more if you do their quests for them. So another thing to do in Minecraft, really happy about that. A lot of stuff to find and do. That's kind of the focus, like I said, of this world. Also in the background there, you'll see a battle tower. That's another one of the mods that got added. I feel like there's 3 or 4 dungeon adding mods, in addition to Lycanites mobs, just adding a whole bunch of, like, extra monsters and kind of mini-bosses for you to fight. The infernal mobs, when it happens on a mini-boss, is pretty terrible. Really hard to deal with. I've died so many times, guys. I can't emphasize that enough. As has everybody else that's playing on the server. But yeah, I got this going. And over here, I finally got my smeltery set up, and I'm starting to raise the tier on it even more. I've got 3 of the 12 blocks, or 6 of the 12 blocks that I need here to raise it up to the next level. I've just got it sort of like a chimney within my little longhouse here. Interesting note, the Milliner village will also expand, independent of you doing quests or anything like that. I haven't even started messing with them yet, and already these 2 houses, and I think the 2 that are over here, like farthest to that side, all of those were added since I started playing on the server. But yeah, guys, pretty interesting stuff there. Got a nice little farm there going for me. I started a mining tunnel down a little bit too, over it, just like right inside the house, because why not? Found some good stuff down there, and this is sort of the basic setup that we've got going here with the Tinker's Forge and Hopper and stuff to get it going. Need to find more lava. Definitely need to find more lava. That's already running low. Anyways, guys, just a little bit of an update on what's going on. I think I'm going to do some more mining. I think that's my next step. Got to find some more lava. And I'll come back once I have something interesting to show you that we haven't already done a million times before. Alright, so a little bit of a progress update here. Got a nice little farm going with some chickens and a couple of sheep there. Got a good crop farm going here with pumpkins, melons, barley, one cotton plant because we haven't really got into it yet, and then of course the wheat there. Let's come over here. We've got a very basic Botania setup going as well. Some day blooms and a spreader into a monopool. So doing alright there. Haven't really gotten too deep into it yet. Petal apothecary right there. And then we've got some sugarcane. Oh, looks like it's ready for harvesting. So let's just go ahead and grab that up real quick. Oh, yeah. Get some sugarcane going for various projects. There's lots of stuff that uses it, of course. Notice that about that. If you plant sugarcane next to a Botania flower, then you'll knock the flower up. Not really sure how much sugarcane we're going to need, but I'm going to go ahead and just get lots of it going, because can't have too much, really. And if we do decide that we need the room or need less, then we can just knock it out and do something else with it. So that's good, that's good. House is looking nice. I showed you that last time, though. This Milliner village is creeping up. They are making a lot of buildings. For some reason, I don't know if it's because I built a house around them or something like that, but these Milliner villagers, they're mad at me. I'm like their public enemy, and I don't know why. I haven't done anything to them, but if I walk up to them, you can see down there at the bottom it says, never again will we trade with you, outlaw. And if I look at their chief, I'm considered public enemy #1. And I have no idea why, because I haven't hurt them. I haven't hit a villager. I've saved them from monsters. I'm really not sure at all why they're trying to, why they're offended by me. I would really like to know that. If anybody down in the comments could let me know. So let's see. You've got some ender lilies going here on some end stone. Crafted that in the Tinker's smeltery. If you can't remember how to do that, I used the super cheap recipe. I put in 1 ender pearl and 1 sandstone. And it gets me an endstone. Obsidian would be cheaper, but I just don't have any of that yet because I don't really have a super good pickaxe. But I did get a really good sword. This is called the Cinderfall Sword. If we take a look at it there, it's imbued with the souls of cinders. On hit, it deals additional damage as armor-piercing fire. It ignites and has a chance of summoning a cinder minion. And so far I've got it enchanted with sharpness 4 and looting 1. Using the advanced enchantment table here. I got a couple of essence berry bushes there to give me the levels. I'm looking at setting up automation here. Looking at a harvester and something like that real soon with these. Because doing it manually gets old. Even with the chunk loader up top like we got. But yeah, guys, there's just a really quick update. I'm working towards a bit of automation and also going out and exploring the world and hitting some of the things out there. I'm not sure what's going to be next on the docket. I've got a lot of looking around to do. Probably going to dive into a little bit of Botania, though. Probably going to dive into that. So, guys, you know what it's like to go down a rabbit hole and figure out you didn't even need to do it in the first place? So here we go. I've got a setup for what was going to be a couple of Ender IO machines. I spent several minutes trying to get this generator to work with that sag mill back there. Apparently there's a bug going on right now where extra utilities generators don't work with the Ender IO stuff because well, actually extra utilities is the issue because it's not using the new RF API. That's what I was reading online. So yeah, I was trying really hard to get to the sag mill so that I could put together some Invar because I was looking to use some Invar to get up and running with a few machines. So then, in a moment of just blind silly, you can see my wife there, I thought, I wonder if I can do it in the smeltery, and you know what? Sure can. Feel kind of silly about not thinking that in the first place, because obviously it is a really good utility to be using. It does all of the processing for me, and then I can deliver it either into ingots or into full blocks as necessary. I feel pretty silly about wasting all that time doing all that stuff with extra utilities and Ender IO that I didn't even need to get to, because all I wanted was the Invar so that I could make something else. But yeah, I'm still working on that stuff that I was talking about earlier, and I will show you another progress update once I have made more headway on it. Alright, just another little update here. Now this is going to seem like a big leap forward, but I promise you it was really just a whole bunch of mining that got me here. So I've got an endothermic pump there. We're in the Nether, if you couldn't tell. But here we have it at the level of lava, and it's pumping lava out for me into this ender tank, which I have a couple more of those. You can see here in my inventory. I've also got one that's already back up at the base. Got a magmatic dynamo here that powers it. It stays pretty full of energy or lava, just depending on what's necessary. The pump is powered plenty when it needs to be, but if the tank is full, then it doesn't go anywhere, so it isn't powered all the time, is what I'm trying to say. So if we go back up, you can see here we've created sort of a rough pathway through the Nether here, made out of cobblestone and the natural materials that occurred. Yeah, that's been happening a lot. Those Nether souls from the mod, those things are kind of crazy. They definitely cause me nothing but grief. They keep closing the portal on me. So let's throw that on so we can go back through. Pull out my sword just in case there's something on the other side. Fortunately, there was not. So good there. Anyways, we'll go back up and I'll show you where I put the other one. I bet you can guess already. Pretty obvious where I've got it ended up here. But yeah, it's right here on the smeltery. So I've got lava constantly coming in through it, going up to there to keep that full of lava, and then this thing is, like I said, where I process all of my metals and stuff like that for now, because I mean like a rich slag-filled furnace from Mine Factory or thermal expansion, that will produce more materials, but I'm just not worried about it. So I've got the smeltery going here, and so yeah, materials, lava, totally taken care of. Pretty excited about that. These other ones I've got in my inventory I'm probably going to use as a power source. I haven't quite figured that part out yet, what it is that I want to use it with. But the magmatic dynamos are still like a really good early game power source in my mind. So that's what I'm working towards, guys. I'm not sure how much more I can get done in this episode, but I'll be back with another update in just a little bit. So guys, I was getting the stuff together to make the quarry, kind of sequestering myself away until I had it, and I was really sort of upset that I was going to have to go mine a whole bunch of obsidian to get the Ender Quarry up and running, because that's totally what I want to use again. The Ender Quarry I consider just far and above superior to the Buildcraft quarries, or even the Quarry Plus, even with enchantments. I still think that it's better. So I was moaning about having to go get some obsidian, and then I thought, I wonder if I can do it in the smeltery. And as it turns out, you can. I went out and I made myself a couple of open blocks tanks here, and then I filled them with water outside, and then the drain, it works both ways. If I just take the faucet off, I can attach a liquid transfer node to the tank and then have it pumped into here. So this thing was like half filled with water, and then I took some lava out of the ender tank and put it in there as well, and then slowly it made obsidian for me. Each bucket of water and lava makes one obsidian, basically. So then I could just pump it out into the casting basin here, and it would come out as a block ready for me to use. So don't even need a diamond pickaxe. I can just straight up make obsidian inside the smeltery. This thing has so many features that I never realized before. It is quite the amazing tool, guys. Quite the amazing tool indeed. So yeah, while I'm waiting for some other stuff to get done, I thought I would show you sort of the basics here with Milliner. So we have a village, and you discover it, and when you first get there, you're unknown. They don't know anything about you. So this is money. It's all done in denier, and then here we've got this is a merchant, and it's kind of obvious. It lists this is what they want to buy, this is what they sell. So the village is currently not looking for anything in particular that I can offer. It's wanting some kind of ornamental item that only they can craft. It's not something that I can do for them. But yeah, so basically how you make money is you just bring items to them. Any of the merchants will have a listing of what they buy. If they don't have anything down here, then they're not buying anything. So then you just be like, yeah, I'm selling that, and then, you know, I'm selling that. And if you have a whole bunch of the little denier in your inventory, it'll automatically convert up to the denier argent. And then I think there's a third tier of it as well, money-wise, that you can get. But that's what I've got so far. And yeah, so you just come up here and you sell stuff to them. Now, over here in the main building, or right next to the main building, which is what we're in, you'll have listed here, like, this is the population of the town. This is the military strength of the town, how many buildings there are, and if I click on this one, then it'll actually give me a little map of the town. So I can kind of see like which areas they think are around it. Here you can see this this little longhouse here is actually where I'm staying. That's my house that I'm also sharing with my lovely wife. If we look over here, it tells you what sort of the different colors of the area mean. So, of course, I'll just leave it up here for a couple of seconds. You can pause the video if you want and read all that yourself. Okay, and then down here, this bottom row of signs is what current project they're working on. So you can see here that this is, it wants to work on the market, but it's lacking resources. The resources it needs is gold ornaments. Now, I've looked into the gold ornaments, and that's not something that I can craft. But it says they've got 97 of 97 stone, 0 of 50 gold ornaments. Now, I'm led to believe that if you put the items into their inventory, like if you sell them the items they need for the different items that they can craft, then they will go ahead and craft it. But I'm kind of confused on that, because you see, I've sold them a whole bunch of gold, actually, but even though they are full up on stone, they're not using it to create the gold ornaments that they need. So I'm not really sure how to proceed on that one. I'm still working on it. But yeah, so basically that's how you do it. And then over here, kind of buggy, because I think this was 2 villages that became 1. But this would be like the main street where they all congregate, and if I was to walk in there and right-click like mad until I found one, you can get quests from people. They'll ask you to do something, and then you can go do it for them. Sometimes they want items from you, like specific outside of the trade stuff. And then, of course, this big guy here is the chief, and if I click on him, you can see that it says that he's the head, tells me my status, and then if you have enough renown with them, then you can get houses given to you. If we click through the different pages, you can see that there's things that they can offer you, but my reputation is not such that they're willing to do anything for me yet. And then also, every day you're granted 5 diplomatic points, or at least you are to start. I don't know if that increases later, but these are the relationships with other towns that this village has, and I'm given a, like, I don't want you to have a connection to this village, or go ahead and have a better connection with this village button under each one of these. And I've just kind of been going back and forth because I want them to have good relations with the villages around them, because I want them to have trades with the other villages around them. So obviously this one is a Norman village and this one is a Byzantine village. Right now the current village I'm in is Mayan. And this just goes to explain some of it in detail, tells you about the different things that are going on around it and how to kind of control it. And then that's the second page as well. I'll just leave that up for a couple of seconds so that you can pause it if you want to read it. Okay, so that's a basics to Milliner. I'm almost done with the quarry, guys, and I think that that's going to ultimately be where we end the episode, is with the quarry. So yeah, I'm going to finish up working on that, and then we'll make a big hole in the ground. I'll be back in a minute, guys. So here it is, guys. We've got the Ender Quarry going. We've got a Silk Touch upgrade and a World Hole upgrade on that side of it. It seems to be working just fine. I didn't know if it would work inside the fence boundary, but it is. Down here we have got a one of the Ender tanks pumping up into a magmatic dynamo, pumping up into the Ender Quarry itself. I'm just using the fence boundaries for now because I don't have the I don't have the QED set up. I don't have enough Ender Pearls for that, so I haven't been able to make the Ender markers yet. But yeah, so it's got some blocks scanned and it's mining. You can see there's the first couple of bits here that it's already mined out. And on top, of course, I've got an Ender chest, which is going back to another Ender chest at a place where we can where we can take care of it once it's done. Since we're using the Silk Touch upgrade, this should go pretty well and not take up as much space as if it was breaking it, and since I don't have Fortune on the Ender Quarry, I really don't want to be breaking it anyways. So let's go to the Spirit World here. That's where I've got it all set up, and I'll just pull it out and put it in the base as necessary. Eventually, of course, I'm going to make a portal to this place from the base, so that everybody else on the server that I'm working with will be able to get into it as well. As you can see here, we've got just the basic setup, Ender chest, pumping up into a transfer node, pumping into the adjustable chest. Here we go, we've got sand, sandstone, and stone. So that's a good start for us, guys. We're going to let this run for a little bit, just take its time mining whatever resources it wants, and we'll be well set up for the future. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the first episode in the new series. It's been a rough start, I know, and things are just really getting back to the setup stuff. We haven't really gotten into anything at all yet, but we will. We've got plenty of time, especially since, as I said in the beginning of this episode, my video card being down, I don't really have a lot of other options for what I can be doing. So, now that I've gotten sort of the basic framework set up, I'm hoping that I can get a few more other people on the server to cooperate with me, and we're going to go do a lot of exploring. Like, that's the whole purpose of this pack, is to be exploring all of the things that exist out in the world. The battle towers, the roguelike dungeons, and everything else that's set up to put stuff into the world for us to do. Like, getting the framework done, being able to get resources to put stuff together is only to accomplish the goal of going out and exploring the world. So that's the plan for this episode, and well, that's the plan for this series, I guess I should say, is the exploration. That's the actual goal. If you want to see more of that, then please feel free to subscribe to the channel, because there's going to be a whole lot more of it coming. I hope that you liked it as well. I know that I did. I enjoy bringing this stuff to you guys. Anyways, I will see you next time. Have a good day.